Braun Strowman shuts down retiring rumors. Major rumored endings planned for WWE Raw after Backlash. Will John Cena be on WWE Raw after Backlash? Who is Rusev's next target? Sabu made it clear he wasn't interested in WWE Hall of Fame induction before his passing. Ex-WWE personality is standing by Vince McMahon. Despite his accusations, Pat McAfee's message after a brutal beatdown from Gunther. Triple H is turning one of his biggest superstars heel. Becky Lynch and Bayley have real-life heat. Jeff Cobb challenges Jacob Fatu. Bronson Reed on Solo Sikoa bringing in Jeff Cobb. Let's dive right in. Major rumored endings planned for WWE Raw after Backlash. The next WWE Raw is set to explode with drama after the wild Backlash event. Expect a night packed with huge matches and jaw-dropping surprises. Rhea Ripley teams up with Sky, while AJ Styles faces Finn Balor in a must-see clash. The real excitement, though, is how the show wraps up. WWE loves saving the biggest moments for the end, whether it's a match or a segment to leave everyone talking. Tonight's Red Brand episode will deliver just that. Number 1. Arena-wide chaos erupts. Raw is known for its wild brawls, and tonight could get messy. Imagine Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker in the main event cutting a fiery promo. Suddenly, CM Punk and Sami Zayn storm the ring, hungry for payback after Punk's big return last week, where he called out Paul Heyman's crew. The 4 stars could turn the arena into a war zone, fighting through the crowd and ringside. Adam Pearce might show up with security, but it won't stop the madness. Rollins, Punk, Breakker, and Zayn keep battling as the show fades to black. Number 2, Goldberg's epic return shocks Gunther. Gunther crushed Pat McAfee at Backlash, and he's not slowing down. In the final moments of Raw, the ring general could grab a mic, boasting that no one dares challenge him. Then the arena goes dark, and Goldberg's music hits. The crowd loses it as the legend strides to the ring, marking his big comeback. He steps right up to Gunther, face to face, hinting at old scores to settle. The two lock eyes in a tense stare down, the camera pulling back as the show ends. Number 3, Rhea Ripley's stunning betrayal. Rhea Ripley and Sky are set to face Roxanne Perez and Julia in a tag team match that could close the show. But things take a dark turn. Just as Sky reaches for a tag, Ripley dodges, leaving the crowd in shock. She walks out, abandoning Sky in the ring. Perez and Julia seize the chance, pinning Sky for the win. After the match, they pummel Sky in the ring while Ripley watches from the ramp, her face cold with disgust. The Eradicator turns her back and heads backstage as the show cuts off. Number 4, CM Punk gets destroyed. Adam Pearce might book a last-minute main event pitting CM Punk against Bron Breakker, but things go south fast. As Punk nears victory, Seth Rollins jumps in, attacking the Second City Saint. Sami Zayn, battered but brave, tries to help, only to eat a brutal spear from Breakker at ringside. Rollins and Breakker then unleash hell on Punk, smashing him with a steel chair or slamming him through the announce table. With Punk and Zayn out cold, Rollins and Breakker stand tall in the ring as Raw goes off the air. Will John Cena be on WWE Raw after Backlash? John Cena made history at WWE Backlash 2025, defending his 17-time World Championship against Randy Orton in a brutal one-last-time match in St. Louis, Orton's hometown. The fight was intense, with both men trading blows. R-Truth's interference backfired, giving Cena a chance to recover and use dirty tactics to keep his title. After the win, Cena grabbed a mic and shouted, "I strive for real competition, and this was what the last real champion looked like," as the show ended. Now, everyone's wondering if Cena will show up on Raw after Backlash. The answer is probably no, since WWE hasn't confirmed he'll be there. Cena hasn't made surprise appearances since turning heel, so an unannounced Raw cameo seems unlikely. With only about 20 dates left this year, WWE is likely saving him for bigger moments later on. Don't hold your breath for Cena on Raw unless a last-minute announcement drops. That said, he might pop up on SmackDown to start a feud for Saturday night's main event. After Cena laid out R-Truth with an attitude adjustment at the Backlash press conference, many think Truth could be his next opponent at SNME. Who is Rusev's next target? Mondays are Rusev days again. The Redeemer stormed back to WWE on Raw after WrestleMania, targeting Alpha Academy to help untapped talent reach their potential. With Otis and Akira Tozawa likely behind him, Rusev's done with them. So who's next on his hit list for tonight's Raw? Here are 3 superstars he might set his sights on. Rusev could zero in on Carlito tonight. The former Intercontinental, United States, and 2-time tag team champion returned to WWE in 2023 after nearly a decade away. But now he's stuck playing the funny guy in the Judgment Day. Rusev, fresh off his own comeback, might call out Carlito for wasting his second chance. After eating brutal spears from Bron Breakker before WrestleMania, Carlito could use Rusev's tough love to rediscover his fire. The Redeemer might just be the one to push him. Another Judgment Day member, JD McDonough, could catch Rusev's eye. Rusev might confront JD about being Finn Balor's shadow for years. A beatdown from the Redeemer could spark JD to break free, either stepping out as his own man or teaming with Dominic Mysterio to shake up the Judgment Day. JD's knack for taking punishment would also help Rusev look like a monster. reminding everyone why he's one of Raw's most dangerous. Sami Zayn's already got his hands full with Braun Breaker, right? Sure, but he's got CM Punk and Jey Uso backing him up. Without Logan Paul in the mix, the good guys outnumber the bad. Paul Heyman, useless in a fistfight but sly as ever, might bring in Rusev to even the odds. If the Redeemer jumps into this red-hot storyline targeting Zayn, Punk, and Uso, it could launch him straight to Raw's top tier. Rusev crashing this feud would make him a force no one can ignore. Sabu made it clear he wasn't interested in WWE Hall of Fame induction before his passing. Before his death, Sabu was crystal clear. He wanted no part of the WWE Hall of Fame. In a December 2024 chat with Donut Shop Chronicles 365, the ECW icon didn't mince words about why he wasn't interested in the honor, saying he didn't see himself as a fit for it. "I don't know, probably never really," Sabu said when asked about the Hall of Fame. "I'm not eligible for the WWE Hall of Fame, not that I want to be anyway, because I didn't have a Hall of Fame career while I was there." Sabu's time in WWE was short, mostly during the 2006 ECW revival. Even with a big match at WrestleMania 23 alongside Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, and the Sandman, he felt his WWE run didn't earn him a spot in their hall. He also took a swipe at the hall's credibility, unimpressed by celebrity inductee. Rob Van Dam is Hall of Fame material too, but is Drew Carey Hall of Fame material? He goes in it, that means it's gonna be bullshit, Sabu said, calling out what he saw as a watered-down honor. His stance came up again after Sami Zayn pushed for Sabu's induction following his passing. Zayn had been vocal since 2022, tweeting, "Sabu should be in the Hall of Fame." After Sabu's death, Zayn doubled down, quote tweeting his earlier post, "This is a gut punch. I was pushing this agenda again a few weeks ago after Sabu had his final match. R.I.P. Sabu, one of a kind, absolute legend, and a true game changer for professional wrestling." Sabu's final match was against Joey Janela during WrestleMania weekend earlier this year. Despite his massive influence on hardcore wrestling and ECW, Sabu stayed focused on his legacy outside WWE, not chasing their Hall of Fame. So should he still be inducted even if he didn't want it? Ex-WWE personality is standing by Vince McMahon despite his accusation. Vince McMahon left WWE in January 2024, but his controversies and supporters are still making headline. Facing serious allegations of misconduct, including a sex trafficking lawsuit from Janelle Grant, McMahon is in deep legal trouble. Yet, his longtime friend Teddy Long isn't backing down. On a recent Wrestling Time Machine podcast, Long stood firm saying, "I'm gonna stand by him. If it hadn't been for Vince McMahon, I wouldn't be where I am today." The Grant case is still playing out in Connecticut, but McMahon's already looking ahead, reportedly planning to launch a film and TV production company once his legal battles cool off. McMahon's other headaches are growing too. WWE shareholders are pushing him to hand over documents tied to the 2023 UFC merger with Endeavor, claiming he muscled his way back onto WWE's board to seal the deal, picking Endeavor over better offers to stay in power despite the allegation. With McMahon eyeing a Hollywood move, is he building a new empire outside wrestling or just dodging the heat from his legal woe? What's your take on Teddy Long's diehard support for McMahon? Is McMahon's next step a clever business move or a distraction from his trouble? Pat McAfee's message after a brutal beatdown from GUNTHER. Pat McAfee's WWE future is up in the air after a savage beatdown from GUNTHER at Backlash. Though he told Byron Saxton, "I'm good" post-match, his latest tweet has everyone wondering if he's done with the ring. On May 11th, McAfee posted a heartfelt message on Twitter that feels like he's ready to turn the page on WWE, or at least rethink his role. "Life's a book, each day being a page leading to the next. Phases of life come and go like chapters. Not every character job idea has to appear in every chapter. Some things are perfect for the story when it's needed, and then disappear as just a fond memory," McAfee wrote. He added, "Don't be scared to end a chapter and start anew. You're gonna have to do it eventually anyways." McAfee, a standout on Raw's commentary team with Michael Cole since the show hit Netflix in January, got reflective about life's twist. "And always remember to check with the mirror every once in a while and make sure your book is one that makes you happy. And if it's not, change direction. I think that you're allowed to do that. We have no idea when the final page is being read, with no sequel," he continued. He wrapped up by thanking fans, calling his life the dumbest book of all time, trying to figure it all out as I go. With the hashtag, "You're up to something SZZN." With McAfee's role on the next Raw in Louisville, Kentucky unclear, Jackie Redmond said it's uncertain if he'll be at the commentary desk. With CM Punk, Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, and a big women's tag team match set, a commentary shakeup might be coming. Is McAfee walking away from WWE or just taking a breather to reset? Triple H is turning one of his biggest superstars heel. Tonight's WWE Raw, the first since Backlash, is coming live from the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, Kentucky. WWE has already lined up some huge huge matches for the show. One big clash pits Rhea Ripley and Women's World Champion Sky against Roxanne Perez and Julia. Lately, Perez and Julia have been meddling in Ripley and Sky's business, leading to this tag team showdown. But Triple H might drop a bombshell by turning Rhea Ripley into a bad guy by the end of the night. Imagine Rhea betraying Sky during their match. We saw something similar on Raw after WrestleMania 41 when Becky Lynch turned on Lyra Valkyria, setting up a title fight at Backlash 2025. Even though Lynch didn't win the belt, Triple H could use the same playbook to spark a Ripley versus Sky feud in the coming month. This betrayal might happen after the match, win or lose, with Rhea unleashing a brutal attack on the 35-year-old Sky. Mommy could say she had to do it to chase the Women's World Championship, desperate to reclaim her spot at the top. While this is just a possibility, there's a good shot it happened, especially since WWE has been dropping hints of a Ripley-Sky title clash for a while. Beyond the tag match, Raw will see CM Punk officially return. Last week, the Best in the World crashed the show and went after Seth Rollins and his shady crew. Tonight, Punk might explain why he's back and why he targeted the heels. Plus, Finn Balor and AJ Styles will go head-to-head in a singles match. Last week, Dominic Mysterio asked Balor to take out the Phenomenal One for him. Another tag team bout on tap is War Raiders versus Creed Brothers, with the winner likely earning a shot at the New Day's WWE Tag Team Championship. All in all, tonight's Raw is loaded with action, and who knows what surprises await after Backlash 2025. Becky Lynch and Bayley have real-life heat. Becky Lynch isn't shy about her real-life beef with Bayley, revealing that the two WWE stars have been at odds for years. In a candid Variety interview, Lynch spilled the tea on how their friendship crumbled, starting back in 2019, and it's only gotten frostier since. She pointed to a 2014 match where she beat Bayley up, winning over the crowd but planting seeds of bad blood. Things hit a boiling point in 2019 when Bayley blindsided Lynch with a steel chair, a moment Lynch says killed any chance of staying friends. That was most of our ambition, Lynch said, talking about the Four Horsewomen's hunger to rule WWE. Bayley just wanted to be liked as much as possible. I beat her up in 2014, and people loved it. In 2019, she hit me in the back with a chair, and we have not been in any way friendly since. In fact, we've been rivals in some capacity. Lynch's comments come as her backstage rep takes a hit. Lyra Valkyria recently said Lynch isn't seen as part of the women's locker room anymore, hinting she's distancing herself from the roster. Bayley, once a close ally from their NXT days with Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, hasn't responded to Lynch's jabs, but Lynch makes it clear their old bond is history. Their in-ring clashes since 2019 have only fanned the flame, and their backstage vibe stays cold. The drama doesn't stop there. Lynch just came up short against Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. Still, she sent a message by attacking Valkyria post-match, showing her frustration might be spilling over. With Lynch calling out Bayley and tensions skyrocketing, could this bad blood lead to a ring showdown? Or will it just keep brewing backstage? What's your take on Lynch airing her feud with Bayley? Is this just another wrestling rivalry? Or is there more to it? Jeff Cobb challenges Jacob Fatu. Jeff Cobb turned heads with his explosive WWE debut at Backlash, crashing the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship and helping Jacob Fatu keep the title. A fan on Instagram shared a story suggesting a rivalry between Cobb and Fatu, and the former NJPW star seemed to nod in approval. Cobb, a former never openweight champion, made waves in New Japan Pro Wrestling before leaving in April after a final match against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Whispers of his WWE move started then, and he proved them true at Backlash. The fan's Instagram story hyped a potential Cobb-Fatu showdown, and Cobb reshared it, showing he's on board. Now part of the bloodline, Cobb's first big WWE rival is anyone's guess. At Backlash, Fatu held on to his United States Championship against Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight, thanks to Cobb's attack on Knight. After the event, Cobb took to Instagram with a playful jab, asking fans, "Anything cool happen in STL this weekend?" Even though Cobb's aligned with the bloodline, sparks are already flying with Fatu. Jacob and Solo Sikoa have been clashing lately, and Cobb's arrival might stir the pot further. What's next for the bloodline with this powerhouse in the mix? Bronson Reed on Solo Sikoa bringing in Jeff Cobb. Bronson Reed hasn't been seen in WWE since Survivor Series War Games, where he fought alongside the New Bloodline before a leg injury sidelined him. While he's on the mend, Reed dropped a subtle message about Solo Sikoa's latest move, bringing in Jeff Cobb. At Backlash 2025, Jeff Cobb stunned fans with his WWE debut in St. Louis, Missouri, showcasing his raw power and helping Jacob Fatu hold on to the United States Championship. Reed knows the New Bloodline well, having backed Sakoa in his battle against Roman Reigns and the original Bloodline. Despite his injury, Reed took to X after Cobb's debut, posting a single emoji of a hand with a finger raised, a clear nod to the Bloodline's ones gesture. It's a cool shout out to the group's newest powerhouse, showing Reed's still in the loop while he recovers. Before his injury, Reed was on fire, GUNTHER, cementing himself as a main event for it. His Survivor Series showing was just part of his rise, but the foot injury halted his climb. Reports from November pegged his return for May or June, so fans are eager for his comeback. Last seen on Raw, Reed's next steps are unclear with storylines shifting. Whatever WWE has in store, here's hoping he picks up right where he left off. Braun Strowman shuts down retiring rumors. WWE has let go of several stars recently, with a big wave of releases hitting at the end of April. Heavy hitters like Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, and Shayna Baszler were cut, alongside rising talents like Jakara Jackson and Cora Jade. Jackson had just split from Lash Legend before the axe fell. Triple H, calling the shots on creative, reportedly had the final word on who stayed or when. While some released stars, including Strowman, who's been battling injuries, were rumored to be considering retirement, others are pushing forward. Jakara Jackson, for one, made it clear in a YouTube video that she's not hanging up her boots and even plans to try acting. Yes, I definitely want to continue wrestling. I also want to dabble in acting. The sky's the limit at this point. I want to do a lot of things, but wrestling, I'm definitely going to continue, Jackson said. She teased a big comeback, telling fans to stay ready for something new. You will be seeing me again, so keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned because the transformation is going to be something serious, she added. With a major overhaul in the works, it's anyone's guess what Jackson's new look or character will be or where she'll land next. For now, WWE's non-compete clause keeps her from working elsewhere, but her future's wide open.